Okay, so no usual intro today because I'm a little frustrated or irritated by this. And please don't get this twisted. I know what y'all thinking. You saw the title and you're like, oh, here we go. Another motherfucker who hates Pokemon just to shit on it when something new gets released. But that could not be further from the truth. Pokemon is literally my life. If you knew about my channel before I revived it 2 months ago, if you go back and look at my older videos, which I advise you not to do, please, for your own sake, but I used to be almost exclusively a Pokemon channel, and I've had Pokemon throughout my entire life. I've been playing with the cards and watching the anime for as long as I remember, and my first ever Pokemon game was Pokemon Emerald that I got back when in 5th grade when I was like 10 years old. So I've been playing Pokemon for half of my life. So I love Pokemon to death. Like, absolutely adore Pokemon more than anything. Even more than Xenoblade. And if you go watch my recent videos, you know how much I say I love Xenoblade. But Pokemon is my #1 favorite of all time, tied with Xenoblade. So I don't hate Pokemon at all, but I do think that the recent Scarlet and Violet, the new Gen 9 games, is a bit of a problem. Now, not in terms of like graphics or anything. I've never understood that, why people always want to make these big arguments about, oh, graphics, oh, 1080p, 4K, like why does this even matter if a game is in 4K or 1080p? I can't even tell the difference between 720p and 1080p, and most people can't. I mean, only really the people who are looking for it and are trained to look for it and are specialized in that. But most people don't even tell the difference, so I don't understand the big fuss about graphics. But the one thing I am worried about is this is 3 Pokemon games within the span of 1 year. We just got BDSP in November, and then we literally got Legends Arceus literally 1 month ago today, and they're already announcing another Pokemon game. So with them announcing it this early, and it's even releasing later this year, that's also a bit concerning. They could have at least announced it at E3. Like, even if they did announce it yesterday, that wouldn't be such a problem if it wasn't releasing this year. They could have at least pushed it back to like mid next year. And I understand that their Game Freak has like 2 different development teams now. BDSP was outsourced to a different company while they were working on Legends, and Legends apparently was in development after Sword and Shield finished. So they've had one team working on Legends and another team working on Scarlet and Violet, and this game could have been in development for years and be almost done, which makes sense, yes, but at least don't reveal or don't release it this early after we just got 2 Pokemon games within the span of like 2 months of each other, and now they're announcing another one, and then it's releasing this year. At least release it like next year or the year after. I feel like them releasing so many Pokemon games in such a short amount of time is going to oversaturate the franchise. There's going to be way too much Pokemon in a small amount of time. It's just going to overwhelm people and put them off. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm definitely copping Violet on drop day, regardless, no matter what, because it's Pokemon. Doesn't matter how bad the game is, I will buy it on release day. And I've always loved every Pokemon game I've played. I've never outright hated any Pokemon game. Yeah, I may dislike Gen 1 a lot, but even Sword and Shield were fun. They may not be the best, but they were pretty fun games. I loved it because it was Pokemon. But I feel like the game is just going to be rushed, considering it was released this early, and it's also, or at least it was announced this early and it's releasing this early. And Pokemon doesn't need to stay relevant. It's already relevant. It will always be relevant. It has staying power. You can go longer gaps between games, you're not going to really lose anybody off that. More development time usually means a better game. Like, Pokemon definitely has a staying power. Legends Arceus sold, what, 6.5 million copies week 1? That's insane. Breath of the Wild, hell, even the Switch didn't even sell 6.5 million first week. They didn't even get anywhere close. Breath of the Wild first week sold 1.49 million, and the Switch itself sold 1.5 million. Nowhere close to how well Legends Arceus sold. So there's no need for yearly or even bi-yearly releases for Pokemon games. People will buy Pokemon games regardless of the gap in between time. There was, what, a 4 to 5 year gap between Gen 5 and Gen 6, and Gen 6 sold pretty damn well. So Pokemon games have always been a massive seller for Nintendo and the Pokemon Company, and we already have a lot of Pokemon games right now. We got Unite, we got Masters, we have Go, we have Legends Arceus, we have BDSP. All those Pokemon games released within the last couple years. We have more than enough Pokemon content for the time being. And yeah, I'm okay with them announcing Gen 9 already, but the bigger problem is that they're releasing it this year. We don't need 2 open world Pokemon games in the same year. This will be 3 Pokemon games within the span of 1 year. I don't want them to use all of their ideas in such a small amount of time. They're going to run out of ideas for Pokemon games. Now that sounds preposterous, but think about it. You can stretch that out. And the release of Gen 9 is just going to overshadow Legends Arceus and BDSP to a lesser extent. But more development time usually means more or better game. Again, Breath of the Wild, for example. Of course, I keep bringing up Breath of the Wild, but Breath of the Wild truly is a masterpiece, at least to me. Like, it is an incredible game in every way. I've never seen a game get more perfect scores than Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild has been deemed one of, if not the greatest game ever created. And that was in development for, what, 5 years? So, and even look, Metroid Dread. Takahashi, or not Takahashi. Oh, what was his name? Sakamoto. Originally, Metroid Dread was supposed to be a DS game way back in 2006. But the DS wasn't strong enough for what he envisioned, what he actually wanted to do. So he held off for 15 years until the Switch came into existence and was actually strong enough to do what they wanted. And they finally, made Dread real. And we have it now. And Metroid Dread is the best-selling Metroid game to date. It's the best-selling in Japan, and I'm pretty sure here in America too. It's outsold every other Metroid game week 1. Like, Metroid Dread is a phenomenal game, and it was in development, well, technically in development for 15 years. It's been an idea for 15 years, but to be fair, let's say for the last 5 years, because the Switch is about 5 years old. Same as Breath of the Wild, have been in development for 5 years, and both Metroid Dread and Breath of the Wild are incredible games to many people. Like, these games are absolutely phenomenal. But look, even more examples. Metroid Prime 4 has been in development for about 5 years or so, and they even restarted development like 2 years ago, and we haven't gotten anything on it yet. But the reason they restarted development in the first place is because they wanted to make the absolute best game possible, and taking more time gives more room to make the game a lot better, add more stuff. Although yes, hardware is a limitation, but you have more time to experiment with that hardware and get around it and add more stuff into the game from it. Or due to more time, we have more time to think of new stuff and to even make stuff better. Time crunch has like small, short timeline schedules never really work out in the long run. Now, there's also a counter argument that a game having more development time doesn't always equal better game. For example, Cyberpunk 2077, the game has been in development for 9 years. 9 years. Since 2012, it's been in development. And y'all saw how that was at release. It was buggy to hell and just garbage when it first dropped. But my point is that I don't have a problem at all with new Pokemon games. Like, I'm all for Pokemon games. Like, normally I would be absolutely ecstatic about this, and I'm always, literally never disappointed when a new game gets announced. I think this is the first time I've been disappointed. This has never happened before, and I've never been one to give a shit about like graphics and all that and whatever. As long as the game is enjoyable and fun to play, then I'll love it no matter how much criticism or setbacks it has. But for whatever reason, this time is different. Obviously, Gen 9 are going to be absolutely incredible games, and I'm copying it on release day. But I feel like it's just going to be rushed, and there needs to be more time. At least wait a little bit longer to release it, if not announce it. It's just going to oversaturate the franchise and promoting burnout. People are going to be so overwhelmed from all of this Pokemon stuff, and they're not even going to want to buy Gen 9. During the Pokemon Presents, they announced a lot of stuff. The Legends Arceus content, the Shaman event for BDSP, new Pokemon Cafe stuff, Pokemon Go stuff, Pokemon Unite. And we got all of that to hold us over. And then they could have at least announced Gen 9 at E3 maybe, at the earliest, and then release it like summer next year, or at least like holiday next year, at least sometime next year. Give us time to play the games we already have and then want more, so as to not oversaturate the franchise. Like, again, Metroid barely gets any games at all. There's only like, what, 8 games, somewhere around there? Don't know the exact number right now, but, and they never really sell all that well. But Metroid Dread, they really took their time with Metroid Dread and tried to make it the absolute best Metroid experience, and they definitely did that. Y'all saw how well Dread actually sold. And I know I may be repeating myself a lot in this video, and I really did want to be excited for this announcement, and normally I would be, but I just feel like the timing was all wrong. If you had waited to announce it at E3 or in a September Direct, everything would have been so much more better. It would have been just, my main point of this video is that it feels like it's being rushed, and they announced it way too early. But please don't get it twisted. I love Pokemon to death. I do not hate it at all whatsoever. I have no bad emotions towards Pokemon. I'm never one to criticize basically any game. As long as the game is fun, I'm going to love it regardless. So, hell, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is my favorite game of all time, and that game gets a really bad reputation. You know, Gen 5 it was my favorite Pokemon generation until, you know, Gen 7. Pokemon Ultra Moon is my favorite Pokemon game, but I love Gen 5 to death. And even back when Gen 5 was first announced and everyone was shitting on it, I stuck by Gen 5. I absolutely loved it. So I don't have a problem with the games themselves of Scarlet and Violet. I just have a problem with the timing. I feel like it's just oversaturating it, and the timing's all wrong. Even BDSP and Legends Arceus releasing within 2 months of each other felt like a little too much. Felt overwhelming. And I understand that Legends Arceus was meant to be released earlier, but got pushed back due to the pandemic. And if it did get released earlier when it was supposed to, this reveal probably wouldn't be so worrisome. And you know, a lot of people think that Pokemon has been going downhill recently. I'm not going to speak on that because my opinion doesn't really matter on that topic, and quite frankly, none of y'all would really give a shit anyway. But I absolutely love Pokemon to no end, and I will be buying Violet release day anyway. But I feel like I'd be a lot more excited for this and more like, hell, even play it more if it was just, they had just waited. If they had just waited a little longer to announce it. Like, there's so many games coming out this year that have been in development for a while that didn't have a previous game. Say again, Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is coming out this year, and when it was announced, it was huge. The last time we got a Xenoblade game was in 2017 with Xenoblade 2. Bayonetta 3 is dropping this year. Last time we got a Bayonetta game was way back on the Wii U in like 2014 or 15. Kirby in the Forgotten Land. Last time we got a Kirby game was like a couple years ago. So I don't have a problem with them dropping Gen 9, just the timing is off. At least they could have waited a year or two, or at least a year and a half. Releasing too many games of one franchise in such a small amount of time is never really a good thing. Like, at least let BDSP and Legends Arceus draw out their sales. Like, don't be releasing a new Pokemon game and BDSP and Arceus hasn't even reached its peak sales yet. Like with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, that game has been out for eons, and that game is still the best selling Switch game of all time. It is still selling insane numbers. So they have no reason to announce a Mario Kart 9, and frankly they won't announce a Mario Kart 9 for a while until the sales from 8 Deluxe start to drop off, but that doesn't seem to be happening anytime soon. So announcing Gen 9 here isn't just it isn't because they're getting desperate or running out of like sales, or the sales are getting low on Pokemon games. Pokemon is absolutely flourishing right now, even without the announcement of Gen 9. So I'm not really sure why they're announcing it now. Perhaps because the last generation was 2018 with Sword and Shield. I understand that, but we just got remakes and a new spin-off-ish type of game. That should be enough, because they normally count remakes and stuff as like new games. We got Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon a year after Sun and Moon, and then the year after that we got Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu announced, and then I think a year after that we got Sword and Shield announced. And then in Sword and Shield we haven't really had anything like big main Pokemon game until BDSP and Legends. That's 2 games within like 3 months. That's good enough to hold us over for like another year and a half. So announce Gen 9 after a year and a half of Legends being out. And I'm not the only one who thinks that releasing it, at least announcing it and releasing it this early, is a bad idea. It could be disastrous for the reasons I've explained earlier. But I don't want to make this video too long, and I'm probably going to catch a lot of flack for this video and a lot of criticism. And you know what, that's alright, because it's inevitable. It's bound to happen. And you know, that's what keeps communities alive and thriving, is constructive, you know, conversation about stuff like this. And I can take criticism. I have no problem with criticism. Like, I'm a YouTuber. Like, I have to take criticism. But as long as it's like civilized and well thought out, don't go around just harassing people and being assholes just to be assholes. Like, actually, if someone says something you don't like, to come up with an actual constructive argument, and don't just fight and harass with no point. That just doesn't really lead anywhere, and it just wastes everybody's time. But please don't get it twisted. I love Pokemon to death, and you may get tired of me hearing this, but I really do love Pokemon. I have no problem with the games at all. These games look absolutely gorgeous and beautiful. I mean, yeah, I'm definitely buying them, but the timing was just all wrong. The timing was just all off. But yeah, I'm going to be making a trailer analysis for this game, so as to like a counter of this video. But I am excited for the new Gen 9 games, or I'm looking forward to them. I just think the timing is all off. But yeah, I mean, I don't want this video to paint me in a bad light as to saying I'm hating on Pokemon, or like I'm just bandwagoning off the Pokemon hate. I don't hate Pokemon at all. I love it with every morsel in my soul. I just wanted to give my opinion on this because I feel a lot of other people have the same opinion. So I just wanted to share how I feel about this. I'm still getting the game, so I guess this video didn't really matter then. But yeah, I love Pokemon. It's my life. But I mean, for a lot of you new viewers here for this video, go watch my other videos, my Xenoblade videos. Baby, y'all like Xeno? I'm doing a Xenosaga playthrough. Go watch that. I'm having a blast with it. Go watch my other Xenoblade videos. I mean, I want to start like spreading out and doing variety content, but still mainly focusing on Xeno. So I might be uploading Pokemon videos. I'm doing a little Nightmares playthrough. I do like some Smash clips every now and then, some Splatoon gameplay. I'm definitely going to be doing a Kirby playthrough of Forgotten Land when that drops in a couple weeks, Bayonetta 3. But please just go watch my other videos. I'm not like a down, depressing, just against everybody and everything type of person. Like, I'm really not. I never have criticisms like this, so it's weird that I'm even making this video. But I really would appreciate if you stuck around and watched my content and helped me grow, because I really do love the communities that I'm a part of, the Pokemon community, Xenoblade, everything. I'm so thankful and grateful to even be able to have this YouTube channel and grow on this platform and be a part of these communities. And I am especially grateful to all of my supporters and those who genuinely watch my content and enjoy my content. So hopefully y'all can stick around and help your boy out, because I'll be having a lot of fun times over here on my channel, and it's gonna only get better from here. So with the more support I get, the better quality content I'll be able to make. But yeah, please don't take this video the wrong way. It is not me hating on Pokemon at all. Like, if you think about it, I'm making this video because I love Pokemon so much and I'm worried about it and I want it to be a great series. Like, Pokemon is the highest selling media franchise of all time. And I really want it to do well and keep it up there. So please don't take this video in the wrong way. I love Pokemon and I love all of you, and thank you so much for watching. But yeah, that's about it. I kind of like happy now. I was a little irritated at the beginning of this video, but I guess hoping or talking about this helped me get a lot of my grievances with this out, and just talking about it really makes me feel better and help me. But yeah, I feel a lot better now that I actually talk about it and got it off my chest. So I really do appreciate you. Thank you if you got this far into the video. You really helped me get this off my chest, and I'm actually feeling a little more excited about these games. So hey, I guess it all worked in the end. But yeah, thank you so much, and go watch my other videos. I really would appreciate that. I know that sounds cliche as shit to say, but I really have no other way to express how thankful I really am for all of you to watch my videos. But I've been going on for like almost half an hour just ranting about this game or these games in Pokemon. Once I start talking, I can't stop. It's impossible. And once I start talking, I will keep going on and on and on without like any sense of time. I just get into flow and just keep going. But I don't want to torture y'all any longer, so I'm gonna end that right here. As always, thanks for watching. Have a damn good day. Stay safe, be well, and play some goddamn Xenoblade.